Stephanie Sinclair is an American photographer known for focusing her photo stories around gender and human rights issues. Her most popular photos were of the violence during the occupation in Iraq and the war in Afghanistan. The story I'll be analyzing is by Sinclair and is titled Too Young to Wed. The story covers the practice of forced child marriages happening in Nepal, India, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Yemen, Afghanistan, as well as the United States. Sinclair got this idea while covering the lives of women in Afghanistan who had set themselves on fire. While meeting these women, she noticed a factor that connected them was that they had all been forced into marriage as children. She looked further into this to realize how common this practice is and to capture the brutal effects it has on these young girls. The photos are along with the nonprofit organization Too Young to Wed. This organization pairs with other advocacy groups such as Equality Now, the Population Council, Timret Lahawit, Ethiopia, and the Canadian and UK governments. The groups push to end child marriage and support the girls in these communities. The story is ongoing and being updated, and they have a release date calendar on their website. The photos are all beautifully captured and show the physical and emotional impact of these forced marriages. These photos have much more depth than simply showing older men married or marrying a very young girl. On a deeper level, these photos convey the human rights challenges women and girls all around the world face. Many of the photos show the young wife next to her much older husband. However, the facial expression of both people are sullen and serious. While these young girls in no way embody the physical expressions of a woman, they have the seriousness of an older woman, one with sad eyes. When we usually see photos of young children, they are laughing and experiencing the innocence a childhood offers. However, these photos show the face of serious children who are forced to grow up and experience adulthood as young as age 6. My favorite photo in this piece is an 11-year-old girl playing alone in her village in Afghanistan on the day of her engagement. She is genuinely smiling in the photo and she looks happy at first glance. The photo captures that childhood innocence and purity. As you remember, this is a photo of a girl on the day of her engagement. It deepens the impact that much more because Sinclair so perfectly embodied childhood in this shot. Additionally, the colors in the photo really highlight the subject, especially her vibrant green dress and pink head covering. The sun looks as though it is getting ready to set, and in this whole photo of green and trees, the main subject in this is seemingly happy young girl on the first day of her new life. Personally, I believe the group of photos showcase a range of emotions. One single photo couldn't. There are photos where the girls look serious, almost playing this character of an older woman. Then there are some where the girls look sad or bored, and you remember the childhood they were robbed of. Lastly, there are some where the young children look like nothing more than happy children. Witness in Our Time by Salgado brings up an interesting point that connects to Too Young to Wed. It says, "Everything that happens in the world must be shown, and people around the world must have an idea of what's happening to the other people around the world. Sometimes we meet people in mainly rich countries, sometimes in poor countries too, that are so shocked to discover that some people have such a hard way of life. When you show them, when you discuss the situation with them, they become integrated with the problem, and the problem becomes part of their life." This made me think of Sinclair, and her photography career as advocacy for human rights issues has become so essential to her photos and her career. With Too Young to Wed, they have created this organization in hopes of raising awareness about the issue that is happening all over the world and hopefully decrease the number of forced childhood marriages.